So first of all, thank you very much for this award. It's a great honor to me to receive it. My work is called Asymmetric Labour Market Reforms and the Wage Growth of Fixed-Term Contracts. Does learning about match quality matter? The previous studies find that fixed-term contracts tend to suffer the burden of the adjustment of asymmetric labour market reforms, increasing the employment protection gap between fixed-term and open-ended contracts. So my research question was, but are all fixed-term contracts evenly affected by such asymmetric legislation reforms? So by using an endogenous regime switching model and using linked employer-employee data for the Portuguese labour market, I study an employment protection legislation reform easing the regulations on fixed-term contracts. Namely, the legislation reform increased the maximum duration of fixed-term contracts from 3 to 6 years. My results show that, in fact, this type of legislation reforms have a negative impact on match quality of matches initiated with fixed-term contracts. Namely, it decreases the probability of conversion of a fixed-term contract to be converted into an open-ended contract, and also has a negative impact on the wage growth of fixed-term contracts. However, I find that converted fixed-term contracts suffer are less penalized by asymmetric employment protection legislation changes than non-converted fixed-term contracts. The results of my paper show that we should take into account the learning process about match quality in order to understand which are the impacts of asymmetric employment protection legislation reforms on some labour market outcomes associated with fixed-term contracts.